How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about a SPAC, and this one is one that's kind of a rival of NNDM. So it's in the 3D printing space, and I want to go over it. It's got better revenues than NNDM significantly, and it's valued about the same. So we're going to walk through it. ARK Invest just bought a couple $1 million worth in one of their portfolios. I want to walk through that and talk to you about what I think about the company. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. This was just announced yesterday, so I am 1 day delayed, but not too bad. So I appreciate the thumbs up. It means a lot. There is a link down there to Webull. If you want to deposit $100, you can get 2 free stocks. I believe one's worth up to $1,600. I got a share of Facebook a couple weeks ago. Actually, it might be a month ago now. Nice to see $270 worth of free money. There's also a link down there to BlockFi, speaking of free money, where you can get up to $250 depending on your deposits in BlockFi. They also give you an interest rate of up to 8.6% depending on what you're holding. So they hold different cryptocurrencies and stable coins in there. So if you're looking to invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum or stablecoin or anything like that, you can definitely check out that link down there. And there's a link down there to my Patreon. I told them about this stock right when I heard about it, and I tell them about all the stocks I'm buying and selling. There are 5,100 other people in there too, so you can talk with people back and forth about different stocks. So the company that we're looking at today, the ticker symbol is AONE. The SPAC is ONE. That's the name of it. It's in around $15 right now. They are merging with a company called Markforged. Now, I'll cover that in a second, but just looking at what ARK did, they bought 208,000 shares, almost $3 million worth, into their ARK Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, or ARKQ. Now, this fund is meant to also provide exposure to 3D printing, so that's one of their sectors that they're getting into with this ETF. In the Markforged presentation here, they talk about the limitation of traditional manufacturing, and basically it's that there isn't a lot of flexibility in your designing, right? You have to make a design, you send it off, you get a prototype back, you try it out, see if it's right for production, or there are problems with the supply chain. We can see that this last year with the pandemic. A lot of the time, certain businesses shut down, there's an issue, a lot of your manufacturing dollars are actually wasted because of extra parts. And it's just kind of a waste of a lot of possibility, and it's a waste of time for a lot of these companies. With these customers, with the people that Markforged is working with, they are looking for something between like a huge industrial machine and something that's just a little printer. You've seen those where they sit on a desk and they just slowly go around or something. This is going to be a 3D printer that's kind of for the in-between, right? Someone that needs some volume but isn't ready to put up $1 million. Now, Markforged has different parts of their business. They have the software side, a cloud-first architecture to make it easier to use. They have the printers. You can see they actually have 9 metal and composite printers for different solutions and different situations. The printers themselves work with 14 different proprietary materials, so they offer some flexibility on that side. Now, this whole market is pretty quickly growing, and in 2029, they're expecting this to be over $100 billion market. I think that this is something that could have a lot of different sectors that they provide for. This is something that could be very diverse. You can see all the different applications, from industrials to aerospace to military and defense to space to healthcare to automotive. There are a lot of big companies here on this list, and you can see some of the companies that they work for already. So they work with Dana, 10x faster for key application, 4 continents with their printers. They went from 4 printers to 23. They're using a tool for axle manufacturing. The United States Marine Corps, $260K a year in cost savings on key application. They had 3 months before their first printer was paid back from the amount of value that they provided, and they went from 2 to 29 printers. This is for a tool for field repair. Now, Frito-Lay also has this. They have 9 months for their first printer to pay back. They went from 1 printer to 35. Now, this is for something on their assembly line. You can see that companies are trying to increase how many they have. They find some value in it. Now, I don't know how much this is going to scale up from here. I don't know if this is something where, hey, they work with Frito-Lay. They can sell 5,500 of these printers, or if this is something where maybe they only need one per location and then they just run it. I don't know those specifics. Right now, they're expecting to be in 100,000 facilities in 5 years. They're at about 10,000 right now. They're expecting this to keep on growing pretty exponentially. You can see their financial performance here, their revenue over the years. They've been having, millions of dollars of revenue for over 5 years. So they had 2015, 5 million, it doubled, then it tripled, then it doubled. Now it stayed around the same. The pandemic had a big impact, and NNDM says that too. They say that really they have had a significant impact, and it really hurts their business because some of these smaller companies don't know if they're going to be in person or if they're going to have to put off work for a while, so they aren't willing to buy something that is pretty expensive. Now with everything opening up, that might not be an issue anymore. You can see what they're expecting over the next 5 years too. They're expecting up to 700 million by 2025, and that would be a revenue growth in the last year of 77%. Now this company is valued right around $2 billion or so when you account for the cash. Now it actually is higher than $10 a share. It's sitting around $15 a share, so it's more like it's valued around about $3 billion. Now if we look at NNDM is actually pretty similar. NNDM stock is sitting, and it was much higher a couple days ago, but it's in around $3 billion also. But the thing is, NNDM or Nano Dimension, a lot of people like this stock a lot, and I've nothing against it, but I've never bought in just because they really haven't had many results. They haven't really worked with that many clients and provided a lot of sales. You can see here, they actually had revenue of less than $500,000 for the third quarter of 2020. And you can see here, NNDM had about $7 million worth of revenue in 2019 and only about 3.5 or 3.4 over the trailing 12 months here. So nothing against NNDM, and NNDM has its own value statement because it has so much cash now. A lot of people are thinking they might acquire something else, but it's important to keep in mind that this company has about 10 times the sales already of NNDM and already has some government contracts. You can also see here they compare it to Desktop Metal. They have about 3.5 times the revenue, and they're only about half the valuation of Desktop Metal, which is another competitor of theirs. So this is just a company that I want to bring to your attention. Again, I think it is pretty interesting. I'm not buying in yet, but I am keeping an eye on it to see if it does dip. Let me know your thoughts about this one down below. Let me know if you like NNDM more or Markforged, or whether you want to learn more about Markforged. Maybe you want me to do more videos like this in the future talking about this company. You guys want to see my video from really late last night on some stocks that I think could be at a pretty interesting level in terms of price? You can check it out here on the end screen. Thank you for checking out the links down below to BlockFi and to Webull and Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.